Итак, вот она, дамы и господа. Неожиданно для себя, но продолжаем играть в Hogwarts Legacy. Должен был быть сериальчик, который требовалось доказать, хотел посмотреть, но что-то его сегодня нет. А я думал, что он сегодня будет. Так, давай захватывай. Лё, бля. Лё. Так, после работы я играл в то, что занимались там рутиной в основном, но я думаю, что уже такие дела поделали. Что-то надо было доделать, не помню. По-быстрому в комнате, да? Это надо было наколдовать. По-моему, купил уже больших размеров там, короче, стол там. Нельзя два стола, чтобы стояло разные горшки там, блядь, не понимаю, там большой, средний, маленький. Или какой-то там, блядь, большую хуйню, блядь. Чем делать два отдельных стола, я имею в виду? Нельзя один стол, чтобы стояло два горшка. Ой, блядь, лишь бы комнату засрать, нахуй. Так, у меня уже 21. Жду, конечно, когда будет 22. Можно будет прокачивать. Так, подожди, вырасти, собери, урожай, водоросли. Чего этого? Подожди, а у него купил или нет этот стол, блядь? Где потребности? Навозный компрессор. Пиздец, нахуй, блядь. С двумя большими горшками. Так, подожди, я могу... наколдовать эту хуйню-то, блядь. Или нет?
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Дик может считать все, что он хочет, но... Так, подожди.
Dick thinks you are doing good work here.
Так, где этот стол, блядь? Ай, блядь. Нихуя, значит, не купил. Так, подожди-ка. Ух, смес. Надо было хоть глянуть, успел я купить эту хуйню или нет.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind
Оп. Ча. А ему похуй, да? Стоит себе там, блядь. Просто смотрит, блядь, да и все. Ну, интересная загадка. Думаю, что-то будет серьезно. Так, мне надо с большим горшком. Где вот это вот ничем себе не отказывает? А, для зельеварения.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Так, ну теперь давай-ка... Может, пока буду делать миссию, может, хуйня вырастет. Потом я заклинание, ну я нахуй не надо. Я это делаю исключительно ради прокачки, блядь. Давай готический поставим. Готический поставим, только... Так, где это, блядь, хуета, блядь? Так, расти багла, блядь. Теперь давай по снаряжению прям быстро. Так, подожди-ка. Самая сильная, да? 20-ка. Подожди, 20-ка. Плюс 5. Плюс 10. Эльфийские перчатки, цвет слоновой кости. Нападение уже стало там реально крутым, блядь. Плюс 9 защита, минус нападение будет 135, да? А это будет тогда 137. Не подходит. Так. Ух, плюс 16. Фокус древней магии повышает скорость заполнения индикатора древней магии. По 35, 141. Так, стоять. Блять, ну реальная хуйня, блять. Просто хуйня, блять. Полная, сука. Так. Он так тупо, блядь, открыл у кого-то в магазине, блядь, лестницу и... Хозяин магазина вообще типа насрать, да, блядь? Так, 3 очка. 3 очка талантов. Империо. Это все этот. Империю игрутся, это... Сдаете свое здоровье. Так, про убийство врага с помощью... Ну когда они дадут, когда оно уже нахуй не надо, блядь. Или чё, блядь? Бомбарда. Заполняется индикатор. Че за столбень? Не то заклинание, что ли? Ну, это прикольно, да? Я сразу что выбросил. Так. Я думаю, потом сменю это заклинание, вот, которое у нас... Оно как бы удобно, но... Мне бы, конечно, понаходить бы вот эти все там... Так, ну хорошо, это будет встретиться с Ебастьяном в поместье. Ладно, это все хуйня, блядь. Так, стой, я не то хотел глянуть, я хотел глянуть, что там по заклинаниям. Да ёб же твою мать. Ареста моментум. Хогвартс. Трансформация. Лепенда. Бомбарда. То есть у меня не открыты еще вот эти 3. Ага, то есть флипенду откроем. Я считаю, что оно, короче... Дисценда, блин. Когда откроется это? То есть, в принципе, больше новых каких-то заклинаний не будет. Будет бомбарда. Вот это надо, вот этого хватает для тех же этих зомбаков, типа, блядь. Это забрать палочку. При попадании сейчас бы, если бы, конечно, 3 были. империю Турцию. Вода кидал управляет. Так, а что мне надо для... Обновление требований 2 первого нападения 6. Тогда непонятно, почему тени заполняются, блядь. Инцендио. Ну ладно, я...
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's
Блядь, не
ambience.
надо мне ничего
Of
менять.
course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
Actually, perhaps another time.
Же все-таки карта мира. Дерево, блядь, деревушка. О, хорошо, что это.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
Ладно, что я могу прокачать? Давайте посмотрим. Я 2 могу оставить. Вот этим я не пользуюсь. Но это останется на бомбарда, блядь. Однозначно. Империо нет. Круцо нет. Что за столбеней, блядь? Деления нет, так. Вообще не вижу то, ради чего, блядь, надо делать. Префикс Total. Ну ладно, тут оставим на 22 уровень. А тут тогда оставим на что? Круцо. Империо. Но я думаю, ладно, он сейчас даст. Если он даст какой-то Круцо либо Империо, то, конечно же... Подожди. Империо это проклятие. Стой, тогда стой. Ага. Компаньон. Это просто корчится от боли. Это мгновенно. Ага, и тут у них тупо когтевран. Везде когтевран, да, у них там? То есть, значит, ихний этот, как он называется-то, блядь? Канон, типа, это когтевран, блядь. Я не пойму, что меня по сюжету не кидает, блядь. Уже, наверное, осталось там чуть-чуть, судя по ихней же логике, блядь. Ну, вот их там покажу, короче. Где задание. Они дадут повадру кедавру на последний вопрос, что ли? Ну, вообще не интересно. Кто-то походить кого-то. Вот. Раз, два, три, четыре. Миссии все. Коротенькая такая, блядь. Интересно, какая вот пизден, блядь. Там чуть-чуть, там чуть-чуть. Там чуть-чуть и там чуть-чуть. Так. Полетели, дорогие. Давай шарики сейчас. И ёбнем, какие вопросы. Может, с этими посражаться, а? А не того же надо было. Перебьюнового отвара уже хорошо. Да что ж там еще такое там, блядь? Если... Ай, блядь, нихуя не дает. И этот же не сообщает, что типа все готово. Короче, 25 минут какой-то хуеты, блядь.
Revelio.
Вот вместо этих ну, тут был, чтобы взлом был по отмычкам, да.
Wonder who lives here.
А ты ушечки, очень мило, бля. Блять, реально, ладно. Пусть не дети может. Но помимо, блядь, того, что дети оценят, в этой игре один хуй не понял. В этой игре один хуй есть убийство, блядь, так. Что за вопросик-то?
Revelio.
Пересох 400 лет. Вот это камни-то 400 лет стояли, в жизни не поверю. А, это то, что мы видения были. За этих магов, на которых он сейчас теперь работает. Так, у этого торговца есть. Здоров.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Welcome. I'm Bernard Indiai.
О, новая
and this is
ебло,
my
бля.
shop. Is there anything I can help you with?
А,
What brought you to own a shop in Feldcroft?
Beautiful place, isn't it? Although I admit I didn't choose it. It chose me. I was raised here. It's always been my home. As for the shop, I suppose my line of work chose me as well. I've always loved working
короче, ты
with
наебщик и
beasts,
щиток, блядь.
and my twin girls adore them. Wouldn't be surprised if they took over from me one day.
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest array of beast byproducts you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They always do.
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
An incredibly unpleasant goblin called Belgroth the Bludgeoner has been tormenting everyone he encounters. Feldcroft borders goblin country, but we've always lived in peace with their kind. Until recently, that is. Some claim that Belgroth and his associates are in league with Ranrock. I don't know if there's truth to it. Whatever the case, their constant meddling is devastating business. Everyone feels unsafe. It's quite serious.
Так, ладно.
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today?
А, всякую-то кухню не продаем, да?
Now, if you like what you bought, be sure to come in and see me again.
Да нахуй ее продать можно, блядь.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Да и это, наверное, тоже.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
One never knows when.
Revelio.
Ой, блядь, еще кучу говна накинуть, блядь. Просто заебали, блядь. Ну реально, блядь, просто заебывают, блядь. И важная хуйня, блядь. Главное значок, блядь. сука. Сейчас много не дают за то, что эти просто пиздишь, блядь. Уже мы из разгадывания загадок тоже особо много не дадут, так?
Aloha Mora.
Сука, блядь, ну очень важная хуйня, блядь. Вот, реально что-то важное.
You made it.
Себастьян. Он, по идее, должен научить...
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on.
Слизерин.
I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
Ну, камон, так камон.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time. Everyone stays out. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Revelio.
Ну, войти, конечно, но... Ну, там до Хогвартса вообще рядышком, да?
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Привет.
What I think it is.
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Уходи, он ушел.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Ебать ты в гости привел, сука, ну и...
Visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met on my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I adored teasing first years about spotting mermaids through the window. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists.
Дядя что-то
must say,
знает,
I
блядь.
wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
Себастьян принял решение.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping
Ебать, ты
by.
сидишь целыми днями, блядь, я ты
I
устал.
wish you well.
Дура, блядь, ебаная, блядь. Хоть яблочко деревенское сожрать. Что-то у них вообще как маленькая, блядь, халупа, нахуй. Раз комнатка, два комнатка. Ни душ, ни сортира, блядь.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea
Может пойти с гоблинами побазарить.
doesn't stop. I hope you'll remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for
Ну,
Anne.
типа взрослый.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Ну, дошли.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
А где не по карте-то, блядь, сейчас?
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only good wizard is a dead
Ну
wizard.
чё, мудаки, блядь?
There you are.
Confringo!
Так, а мне...
Arrest their momentum. Confringo!
Let's get it. No, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Arrest the momentum.
Is that the best? That was
Да там еще один.
You've made your last mistake.
Да ладно, блядь.
I was right not to be worried about what you're good. I won't rest until you're dead.
Stupefy. Defender. Stupefy.
Such arrogance.
Блядь. Не будем применять.
Pity, not quite. I've been fighting since before you were born. Your spells That was meant for me.
Нихуя, блядь, нихуя, блядь.
You can't stop.
Arrest the momentum.
А не того мы, блядь, арестовал. Да, блядь, ты заебал, блядь.
Was that your bet?
Arrest the momentum. Confringo.
I confess, that
Хорошо
was more
без...
than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Revelio.
Так, нужно эту всю хуйню починить. Можно хуй забить. Что-то должны ждать, типа, за это. Я бы сразу бы это все за выгоду продал бы, нахуй. Блять, стоять.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
Денежки? Ну что ж они, блядь, бедные такие. Ага.
Whose home was this?
Bit abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Ну да, судя по...
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Так, ну отварчика уже хорошо, так. Еще отвар.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
Ну, воспоминания.
When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Revelio. Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library?
Ну ладно, ему можно рассказать.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Говорил, да?
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out. Huh, a stairwell.
Так, ну давай-ка я, наверное, здесь сохранюсь.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Revelio.
Угу.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Короче, это она там писала, что она
These
хотела...
journal entries are from Isadora's travels. Revelio. Revelio. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that
Revelio.
happens to me too.
Так, ну чё, Ебастьян?
I know it sounds strange, but
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
fair
Не
enough.
перебивай.
I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I have a rare ability to see whispers of ancient magic.
I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. I knew you weren't telling me everything. Ancient magic. What does that even mean?
I'm not entirely sure, but the Keepers have said that it's a powerful magic that should only be wielded by a select
Абракадабра.
few.
And you can wield it.
I don't know, but Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway.
А, ну ладно, этот может проходить, а этот что, тоже пройдет, блядь?
I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Ну, а этот мог найти в библиотеке какой-то. Старое заклинание. Давайте на Авада Кедавра это. Которая, кстати, почему-то очень долго перезаряжается.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
Одна тут это все работает магия, но как это работает там в Индиане Джонс? Когда всякие стены там проходы, правильно? What is it?
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
А там записка. Оттуда, наверное, выйдет, да? Непонятно.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the Keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be
Может быть.
sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Is it connected to our common room?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Sian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. but I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Ну. Да, долго будет качать.
Revelio.
Блять. Семнадцать, 16.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbaton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
А ты нахуй, это, блядь.
Revelio. Brilliant.
А будет какой-то хуйня, блядь. Не тарахтила, блядь.
What are you up to now?
Revelio.
I'd like to see your parents' faces when they see your marks at the end of time.
Блядь, тетя, ну ты вот... Наверное, второй уровень.
Bouncing tentacular.
I finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlic.
Wonderful. I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots.
Ничего, блядь.
Wonderfully done. If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just mind the plants, please. Look at that. You're a natural.
Lumos. Flipendo. Accio.
Now,
Flipendo.
outside.
Lumos.
Yes, the greenhouse won't keep it so without enough from me.
Ну, все.
Revelio.
И нихуя не дали. Как охуеть, блин. Давай астрономию посещу.
Not sure why she'd fuss so much. It was only one page in a book.
I'd never fold down a corner.
Revelio.
I'd make a fuss too if I were her.
Где она, блядь, пролетела только что, блядь?
Books in the library. I'd say you'd be hard pressed to find one without a turned page. If Weasley had seen them,
If I could have a moment of your time.
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way. And I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time. Even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
She was just good at casting a spell. No wonder I've never heard of her.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said the single greatest Depulso master of all time. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
What ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while. Just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Graphorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
У меня еще комната есть.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble.
Пульсы. Это вот эти?
Revelio. Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
Здесь где-то летала что-то вся... Суета, блядь, где она, блядь? О. Раз 80, блядь.
Hello there. Perhaps you can help me.
Hello? Were you calling me?
I was, yes. Thought you might be interested in joining me for a bit of an adventure. Following a treasure
надо сейчас
map
в одну ночь перейти.
Slight respite from battling the odd troll, I should think. Asked Poppy if she'd be interested as well, but couldn't drag her away from her puff skein. I found 2 maps lying about, both leading to locations around Hogwarts. Care to have a look at one?
Why would I want to decipher an old map?
For the sheer knowledge of it. Hogwarts fascinates me. Plus, you can keep whatever treasure lies at the end of your map. I'll be satisfied just knowing where it leads.
Where do you suggest I search first?
Based on a cursory review of your map, I'd suggest somewhere near Hecat's classroom.
Very well. I shall take a look if I can find the time.
Fair enough. Meet me back here if you find anything.
Шпилявый, блядь. Так, подожди, мне-то... Опа, этот здесь подождал, да? Угу. Так. 22 будет. Вот он великолепный. А, может быть, я найду эти архитектуры не могу. Когда-то хуй скорее, блядь, говорил, так.
Lumos. Revelio.
Давай на всякий случай. А может и не сюда?
Revelio.
Две колонны, не понял какая-то. Это в самом низу получилось.
Revelio. Ah, a rhinoceros skeleton. I'm on the right track.
Так, ну давай-ка я. Так, да. Это что тут будет происходить?
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
That's nice to hear. I have had my share of adventure. I hope my reputation's warranted.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
They're adorable. Why would you be afraid of a puffskein?
They seem adorable until one sticks its tongue up your nose. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Duncan.
Ой, блядь, ну что ты хочешь?
I'm sorry, but you have to admit that's rather clever.
I do not have to admit that. Everett said the same thing. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumour has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlic kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in. Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
I haven't a clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlic grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
А нет, 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 нет. Внешний вид лучше бы прокачку ждала.
This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herod. Hidden. The Hall of Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles. Revelio. Accio. Depulso. Revelio.
Вот так заживет.
Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was.
Я понял, как это надо.
That chest looks interesting. That wasn't too hard. Wonder what's next. Revelio. Depulso.
Ага.
Accio.
Это что такое? Угу. Нихуя, да? А, блядь. Ага.
I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Just one left. I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know.
А, стоять. Блять, да слезьте.
Revelio.
Так, а как же мне ее подвинуть-то?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa.
А, вот так, ну да. А так не станешь.
Leviosa! Accio!
Ага. То есть либо так, либо так, да? Как-то ж эта хуета должна, блядь, перемещаться.
Leviosa! Divorcer! Leviosa! Accio!
Ну и... Ай, блин. Так, ну он туда хочет, да? А, все, я понял. Ах ты сука, блядь. Не идет. Ладно, надо бежать.